I am Dr. Bose. I'm the founder of Saans Foundation, a foundation which is working on respiratory, critical care and sleep-related disorders. For more than a decade, I've been working in different critical care setups. What I have realized that most of the hospital delivery system cannot be managed simply by doctors and trained nurses. We need a continuity in the healthcare. We need trained health workers, we need trained ward boys, we need trained ambulance drivers, we need trained home care workers. So there has to be a continuity in the healthcare, right from pre-hospital, hospital, post-hospital, what we call it, from the womb to tomb. So that made me decide that why can't we have a concept where people who have a right aptitude in health sectors, if they can be converted into a kind of health workers, so that they can be chipped in different kind of healthcare delivery system. sAksham is a forum which we started about a year back. In the year 2013, December, we thought of starting a sAksham. sAksham is a forum, a Saans Foundation initiative, where we have decided to nurture young talents, unemployed youths in healthcare system. Healthcare is a huge job opportunity. The rough estimate says that 700,000 crores job opportunity is there alone in India in different healthcare delivery systems. So we started this forum with a philosophy nurturing talent and concern. sAksham is a Sanskrit word which means we make people very self-sufficient, self-reliant and sustainable. The whole philosophy of a sAksham is to make people able. So the A is the most important component of sAksham. We want to give the right kind of ability, availability, affordability, addressability, amicability, and thereby creating the right kind of attitude to the people who I'm going to train. So sAksham is a forum which is a grassroots initiative to handpick young minds who have the right kind of motivation and aptitude in health sectors. So we picked up sAksham students from different part of urban, rural India who have got some basic education in the form of class 10th, 12th, and we have gone as low as class 8th. And anybody who has got the right kind of aptitude in health sectors, who can read and write. So we picked up these young children and trained them, and we call them multitasking health workers. They are multitasking. The need of the hour is we need to have people who are multitasking. They can do so many things together. So you could see my team, the first batch of sAksham workers. They are brilliant people. You see these vibrant people around me. Manjeet, she's our team leader. She stood first in my sAksham first batch. Though she is a graduate as a profession, but you see the kind of vibrance she has got. She's our team leader. She's Manjeet Kaur. She's very good. We have Shabaz. She looks after our Saans Foundation and heads the respiratory lab and other activities. He's also another very smart sAksham workers. On my left side, we have Indrajit, who has been handling our pulmonary function lab. So there are different sAksham workers who have been trained. They are very confident. They are very motivated, and they are always working hard to raise their bar. So I'll explain you what exactly is this sAksham course. sAksham basically is a multitasking health worker course. It works on the principle of ask, attitude, skill and knowledge. We believe that unless and until you have the right kind of attitude, whatever may be the training, whatever may be the level of skill, it doesn't make any difference. What one really requires is the kind of zeal, the determination, the right kind of direction. And so we put a lot of effort in creating the right kind of aptitude. So the first month is on aptitude building. So we had series of lectures where we try to groom them what exactly is attitude and aptitude. And our philosophy is if you have the right aptitude and attitude, that decides your altitude. And then in the attitude building classes, we talk about the know your personality, managing stresses, code and ethics, communication skills. We stress a lot of things on communication skills, non-verbal communication, because this is the one thing which decides your bedside mannerisms. We give a lot of importance in communication skills. We also talk about managing complexes, ethics, fitness, leaving the nutrition part. We also talk about managing certain important situations in life. So basically in attitude development, we create the kind of that the force in the children, so that they feel very confident whatever may be the situation. And we always tell them that whatever may be the situation in your life, you have to see the end. Whether you gain or lose doesn't matter, we have to go on for it. And that is the whole about our aptitude building. And we follow in a very bookish methods. As I told you, all the lectures which is relevant to grooming the personality, from know your personality to managing complexes to code and ethics. So communication skills, stress management, nutrition, and all possible things we talk about in attitude development. And once we found them, they are enough grown, they are confident, they believe, they are started getting a kind of self-belief. We then go into what we call the knowledge. So knowledge is the second component. Knowledge, basically we give them head to toe knowledge. We give them basic physiology and anatomy understanding of the human body. We teach them how does the brain look like, what are the functions of the brain, and what is the function of lungs, heart, skeletal system, kidney, digestive system, blood, anything. They can, and they can understand, they can talk anything about it. And so once we have given the right kind of knowledge base, then finally we take them to the skill. In skill, we teach them how to handle situations, the bandaging techniques. They do all the basic procedures. They know how to take BP, pulse, ECGs. They can manage an acute respiratory care unit. They can know how to give nebulization, oxygenation. They know how to fix up a non-invasive ventilation. They know how to make beds. They know how to handle patients. They can totally take care of the patients. Home care course is also a component of the multitasking where they can totally take care of the patients, right from feeding, oral feeding to rice to feeding, bedside care, mobilizations, and everything they know how to handle it. Then also they know how to handle different other situations like coordinating with different specialities, in whether it is in cardiological lab, whether it is in respiratory lab, whether it is in nephrological setups, whether it is in oncological setups. They are working as an adjuvant. They worked as an adjuvant in different sectors, because after their proper skills, they have been posted in major hospitals to get the right kind of internship. So they know basically all the areas, and they can work as a very, very good adjuvant with the nurses and doctors. And once we are done with all kinds of skill training, so then they are finally been asked to submit their projects. The projects are very interesting. Most of the projects are very exhaustive, and the beauty part of the course is that they are supposed to go through only the classroom lectures. We have a module. Based on the module, they submit their projects, and all the students have submitted projects, and finally they are given their certificates. So all the students have received their sAksham certificates, and where we mentioned what exactly they know. We mentioned what all the classes have been taught, what are the skills they know, right from bedside manners to management of airway, breathing, circulations, basic life support, handling patients, managing patients in acute respiratory care unit, different experience in cardiac lab, respiratory lab, nephrological setups, intensive care unit, oncological setups. All those things have been mentioned. So basically they have been groomed to handle any kind of situation. Finally they can pick up any specialty and very good, and they can work as a real asset for the healthcare sector. So most of the sAksham workers have done well. They have received their certificates. Recently we have their valedictory functions. And let me tell you, the students who have passed out of first and second batch, right now we are running the third batch. They have been placed very well. Most of the students have been placed in hospital settings like National Heart Institute. Even my foundation, there are 2 people are working as in team leaders. Then there are different pharmaceuticals are also picking up them as in health educators, like people have been placed in Cipla, Lupin. Then there's a very big international home care group called the Berkeley Home Care. They have picked a few of our students. So they have a huge demands. People are liking this concept, and sAksham is a part changing in this decade. So we believe that we can really bring a change in the society through the human change, and multitasking health worker course can really bridge the gap, and they can be a huge sustainable model in the society. It can give employment to the children, it can enhance the healthcare system, and it can reduce the cost of care, and it can benefit all. So join sAksham, be self-reliant, and support the society.